You know that one student in every class? The one whose seat in the top rank feels reserved. Every exam, every test, every result. Somehow, they're always first. What if I told you that you can become that one person who is unbeatable and can never be defeated? Then this video is for you, because I am going to show you exactly the methods which I used to reclaim the throne again. And trust me, Tip 5 is the one that completely changed the way I study, so don't skip it. Tip 1. Create a study routine. I definitely do not mean to make an unrealistic study schedule to study for 10 hours straight. Let's not forget, you are a human. Here's the thing, everyone is different, so why would one routine work for everyone? If you're someone who is comfortable studying at 3 p.m., so why to study at 5 a.m. in the morning? Create a study routine that is easy for you to follow and you can actually stick to it. When you study at the same time every day, your brain starts expecting it. Eventually, studying becomes a habit instead of a daily battle. Tip 2. Make a confusion list. Most students spend their Who weekend making notes that they are never going to visit. Instead, keep one page. I call it the confusion list. Whenever something confuses you, write only the question. At the end of your study session, answer every question one by one. Instead of memorizing blindly, you'll actually understand the chapter. And if you still don't understand the questions, ask help from teachers or your friends. Tip 3. Stop passive learning and start active learning. Here's a mistake almost every student makes. They read the same page again and again, highlight everything, and think they're studying. But that's called passive learning, and it creates the illusion that you've learned something. Instead, use active learning. Close your book and try to recall what you just studied. Solve questions without looking at your notes. Explain the topic in your own words, or teach it to an imaginary student. The more your brain has to retrieve information, instead of just seeing it, the stronger your memory becomes. Remember this, reading makes you feel prepared. Active learning makes you actually prepared. Tip 4. Master time management. Let's be honest, we've all said, I'll study for 4 hours today, and then somehow half that time disappears. Instead of deciding how many hours you'll study, decide what you'll finish. For example, instead of saying, I'll study for 2 hours, say, I'll finish one biology chapter and solve 15 math questions. This gives you a clear goal, and you'll waste way less time wondering what to do next. Also, try studying your hardest subject when you have the most energy, like after a good breakfast or when you first sit down to study. Leave easier things like revision or reading notes for later. Remember, it's not about studying for the longest time. It's about making the most of the time you have. Tip 5. Study backwards. This might sound a little weird, but trust me on this one. Before you start reading a new chapter, don't begin with page 1. First, look at the chapter summary, the exercise questions, or the important questions at the end. Now, your brain already knows what it's looking for while you're reading, so instead of just reading words, you're actually searching for answers. You'll understand the chapter faster, remember more, and revision becomes much easier because you already know what's important. It sounds backwards, but sometimes studying backwards is actually the smartest way to move forward. Tip 6. Become your own teacher. This is probably the most powerful tip in this video, and personally, my favorite. After you've finished studying a chapter, don't just close your book. Pretend you're the teacher. First, explain the topic in the simplest words you can, as if you're teaching a student who's learning it for the first time. If you get stuck anywhere, congratulations. You've just found what you need to revise. But don't stop there. Now think like an examiner. Ask yourself, if I were the teacher, what would be the toughest questions I'd ask from this chapter? Create your own question paper. Mix easy, medium, and difficult questions. Then solve it honestly. You can also solve previous year's questions because they show you the pattern of what actually gets asked in exams. And here's the most important part. Check your paper strictly. Don't give yourself marks just because you almost knew the answer. Be as strict as your teacher would be. When you can explain a topic, create questions from it, solve them, and honestly check your mistakes. That's when you know you've truly mastered it. And that's it. Those were my 6 study secrets that can genuinely help you study smarter, not just longer. You don't have to start using all of them today. Just pick 1 or 2 tips and try them for the next week.